The headlines on this may be a little more optimistic than the reality. Politico has a report out this morning suggesting that the president is really looking for much more, that he wants $1 trillion in new spending. The plan that had been put forth by Senator Capito only had about $257 billion in new spending, and he wants to make sure that it's paid for with hikes to business taxes as well. Mick, you think that that's something that's going to fly, or are you looking at a situation where you don't think any sort of bipartisan deal can get met?
It's getting harder and harder. As we've mentioned here before, it's just hard to do anything bipartisan in Washington, D.C. right now. I give President Biden credit. He's actually stuck with these discussions longer than he might otherwise have. He's under a great deal of pressure from his left wing to go on without the Republicans. I think what you're seeing, though, is a realization that the options are not nearly as good as a lot of people think. If there's no bipartisan deal, it's likely there's no deal of any magnitude at all. The reconciliation might not be as easy a tool to use as many people outside of Washington think. So it's good to see the discussions going on, but I think your gut instinct is probably right. And if your gut instinct is that it's hard to do anything bipartisan right now, including infrastructure, I think that tells you exactly where we're headed, which is towards no deal.
Senator Heitkamp, what do you think? Is this a situation where you see some middle ground, or is that kind of a shrinking island at this point?
You know, I think it's a question of bifurcation. Biden needs a bipartisan win. One of the big promises during the campaign was that he was going to be a president that worked across the aisle. We saw during the stimulus package or the COVID package that didn't happen. And so now we're in infrastructure where there almost always is a collective group of people who really want to do this. Their governors are pushing them. And so you see this negotiation. The question is whether Biden will take what he can get in a bipartisan deal and do what he can in a reconciliation package as it relates to pay-fors. And so he's not going to give up too easy. But I don't know that there wouldn't be an opportunity to reach a bipartisan deal. It's just a matter of how people look at the politics of this. But the politics of spending on infrastructure, if it's bridges and roads and schools and hospitals, it's pretty popular in almost any state, whether it's red or blue.
Heidi, the only thing I'd say to that, I thought that was probably the way I'd been leaning on this, too, and thinking, reading the tea leaves, that would be what happened. We spoke with Senator Capito, though, and that was not what she thought she heard the first time around. She thought that they could use some of the existing spending and that maybe you could look for ways around the pay for. If these are indeed a change in what she had expected and what those other Republican senators had been anticipating, it seems pretty tough to work out anything in the next week.
Well, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn, or as my friend John McCain said, it's always darkest before it's pitch black. So we'll see how it goes. But, honestly, at this point, no one really knows what the backroom negotiations are going to be and what they're going to continue to be. But like I said, if this goes in a reconciliation package in terms of spending, and people are voting against bridges and roads, it's not a good vote for a lot of folks when they're looking at the needs back home.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.